Hey, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to jump straight into the trains, because here comes Amtrak 58, the city of New Orleans, headed northbound from New Orleans, Louisiana to Chicago, Illinois. Now this was the morning of May 30th. In fact, it was just after 12 a.m., which is why I debated putting this in the last video, but decided to go ahead and just put it in this one, because it was just after midnight. Anyways, I would go out later from a heads up that a good train was headed my way. But for now, here's a cool train that got to the tracks before I did. Thanks to my good friend Tennessee Railfanner 535, I learned that the train I was after was already really close by me. So I waited for A406, a southbound manifest from Gary, Indiana to Memphis, Tennessee. A406 that day had 2 CN units, 2 BNSF units, and 2 CN Jeeps. The big thing being the BNSF 25th anniversary trailing fourth. it would be a few more hours before any other trains would show up. But we did come across a crossing malfunction. And yeah. But the light was blinking yellow. So that meant something was supposed to show up fairly soon. So we went down the track a little bit and waited for the southbound to show up, which happened to be a southbound taconite ore train. It would be quite a wait until the next train. I thought it would be M335, but this northbound grain showed up instead. And that's when my phone quit recording. But I got it up by the time the next train came. I'd expected M335 to be next. M335 is a northbound manifest from Memphis, Tennessee to Gary, Indiana, and is considered a key train. But no, it was canceled that day, which is very surprising. Instead, here we see Z195, northbound intermodal going from New Orleans, Louisiana to Homewood, Illinois. waiting like hours, we finally got a green signal and finally gave up because that train was nowhere close and M335 was nowhere to be seen, which I didn't know at the time. It was canceled. I went back up though around 2 a.m. in the morning because I got a heads up that A431 for some reason was heading out super early, and I wanted to get it because I was told it would have a black and white CF7. We went back out after the sun had risen in the morning, and it did not start out well for us. The line for the first few hours was dead. No trains at all, pretty much. Finally, we got a heads up of a southbound. Unfortunately, it would still take a few hours to get to us, but when it did, it was worth it. It'd be a long wait for the next train after that, but eventually what I believed to be A406 finally showed up hours later. another heads up from my friend Tennessee Railfanner 535, I went ahead and booked it to the CSX Memphis subdivision over in Mason, Tennessee. Which I got there thinking, oh yeah, this shot looks great. And by the time I got there, I was like, maybe it's not as great. So we decided to move on, but not before getting a shot of the CSX's Little Giant, which was definitely cool to see, as I didn't even know it was there. I thought it was still where it was parked a few months ago. See a different video I made a while back. We eventually, however, stumbled upon this spot just north of Mason, and decided to get it here at this private crossing. We would only be here for about 5 minutes before the train would actually show up. This was CSX I-154, and it had CSX 1851, the Nashville, Chattanooga, and St. Louis Railroad, or NC and St. L, Heritage Unit leading. Tennessee Railfanner 535 told us that I-154 would be meeting M533 in Brownsville, Tennessee. So we decided to wait in Arlington, Tennessee. Arlington is a really nice small town. This Brant train was sitting there. It was a tie train that had been laying ties by the line and had 2 Brant trucks at each end. These trucks are meant for when they don't want to get an actual locomotive or crew out, and instead can drive very short, small trains with these trucks instead. The Arlington Depot you see here is not original. It is a replica. This depot was only built after the original one was moved elsewhere. No one's really sure where, but rumor has it it's in a private collection. Some guy actually possibly turned it into his house or something. No one's really sure where the original went. They just knew it wasn't demolished. It was moved. and the day would end off on the CN with this northbound tanker train. And thus the day of rail fanning ended. But before I end this video, I wanted to point some light on the fact that this crossing, as so I've been told during the editing of this video, is no longer around. This crossing has been fully replaced and no longer has its iconic teardrop bell or nearly the same shape as it used to. Glad I got some footage of it and some pictures of it before it was gone. Hey everyone, just wanted to say thank you so much for watching. Of course, this was the end of the second day and the end of the video now. Thank you again for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like, subscribe, check out my other content. You know the spiel. I've said it before on pretty much every video. But thank you again for watching. I really appreciate everyone who takes the time to watch my videos. Thank you so much. Trying to do this in a hurry. I'm still trying to find my own editing style. I haven't quite decided what I want to do yet, but for the time being, I'm just going to continue using this style. Alright, well, thank you for watching. Bye.